cloud-based product for managing your certificates of insurance super simple and streamlined. Awesome business. I've been a fan of it for a long time, even bigger fan of their founder and CEO. Please welcome to the stage, Kristen Nunnery.
For you first here. So let's pretend that the bartenders come in tomorrow and the outlets are not working over at the bar. Somebody's going to want to make sure they get an electrician in here and fix that. So the owner of this place or the property manager of this place is going to bring in an electrician. Well, what if they do faulty wiring? 30 days from now, this building burns down. Who is going to pay for that? So when they go hire that electrician, they're going to make that electrician sign a contract. In that contract, it'll say that they have to carry insurance based on whatever they're doing. And whoever's hiring them is going to say, hey, can I have a certificate of insurance from you to make sure that they actually have the insurance they said they would. So 70% of the time, they actually don't have the insurance they're supposed to. So then they've got to go chase it down, get that fixed, and then go do it all over again when that policy expires. So billions of certificates are issued every single year. We help to streamline and automate this process. Instead of it being all phone calls and emails and lots of time wasted doing this, we bring automation to this. We automate the requests. We have OCR technology that reads the certificate, marks compliance decisions, and then trigger non-compliant communication back to all the brokers and business. And ultimately, it's there to drive compliance for our customers so that they do have protection when that building burns down. So we have proven that we increase compliance by 20 to 50% for all those vendors or contractors or suppliers they work with. And we reduce the cost of this by 30%. We have over 200 customers today, so some fantastic brands we're excited about. It's great to have them as customers. We really have been focused on two primary industries to date, construction and real estate, but it is a $3.2 billion market. We have a lot of other industries to go tackle. We're excited to be able to do that. And to do that, we have a strong inbound channel, so we get a lot of leads from Google AdWords, organic search, etc. We also have channels we get referrals from with insurance brokers and also integration partners. And then we have a sales team that's out there working with trade shows and doing call campaigns. So we're growing quickly right now. We are, looking at contracted ARR is going to double this year. We're at 43 employees today. We've got year-over-year account growth of 9.3% and a 96% retention rate. So we are really excited. A lot of our key metrics are lining up really well right now, positioning us to really take off as a company and become the leader in our space. So we are looking for fantastic people to come join our team. We are in the middle of getting a raise closed, and with that's going to come a lot of hires. So we're looking for some smart, talented people to come help us tackle this very large industry. So thank you for having me here. Now it's the tough part, time for the questions.
All right, cheer for Kristen, good job. Well under 5 minutes. All right, judges, one question. Who wants to go first?
All right, so Kristen, before you got into this industry and disrupted this entire process, what inspired you to do it? Where was your background before, and what inspired you to create MyCOI?
Yeah, so I used to flip houses. I've been an entrepreneur at heart. I've learned my lessons of entrepreneurship, and I've flipped houses and understood what the risk is associated with hiring subcontractors who may not have the insurance they're supposed to have, right? And so we found there were two of us who found this company, and the other one also owned an insurance agency. And we recognized that there were huge gaps of how people tracked insurance and made sure there was compliance in place. And it was all manual, right? So it was when we went out looking, deciding if we wanted to do this, and this was something that we wanted to come forward and tackle, we recognized one is an extremely large industry that was barely tapped at all. So we had competition that was in the space. They weren't doing it effectively. And we knew we could come forward with a solution that was truly protecting the customer by putting, risk mitigation as the #1 priority, and then drive technology into that anywhere and everywhere we can to bring automation to it. And that model is what sets us apart, and what is in favor for us to be able to really dominate this industry and lead the way.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Good job.
So my question is around customer acquisition cost.
All right.
So any fast-growing company needs to know what that ratio is.
Yeah.
And for cloud-based businesses, there's a rule of thumb that the cost of acquiring a customer the first year should equal the revenue for the first year, or the number is 1.
Yeah.
So my question is, how close are you to the rule of thumb of 1, and what are you doing to improve your acquisition costs?
Yeah, so really great question. This is actually an interesting one for us today, because we went from 1.5 salespeople last November to 7 today. So we have a lot of additional investment on the sales and marketing side of the business right now, and we're watching how these new salespeople ramp up and watching how that evolves. Our cost of acquisition, we're actually ahead of the game on this. So our cost of acquisition is less than our average deal size. So we're happy about that front. Our average deal size is $20,000 a year. So, and our cost of acquisition is actually significantly less than that today. So we're in a good spot and ready to put some more dollars towards sales and marketing for that reason.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
I have one question that's 2 parts.
Okay.
Is that allowed?
All right.
You'll find out.
You already busted it on the floor.
This meat's juicy.
It's has to do with the market. $3.2 billion market.
Yeah.
How much do you think you can own of that market? And then when's the point in time where you go to adjacent markets, and how large is the adjacent markets? I couldn't figure out if all the markets you put on there was the TAM 3.2 billion, or just the 2 you were focused on.
That's beyond just the 2, right? So that's looking at all the primary industries out there just in the U.S. This actually could be global, but that looks at it in the U.S. So because we are in the middle of a raise right now, and we're looking at bringing VCs into the company, that we're modeling out what is our path to $100 million in revenue. And the path to $100 million in revenue does not have us adding on a new layer to the business. It's continuing to tackle additional industries that we're not touching today.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
We only get one question.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you.
Good job,
Thanks,
Chris.
guys.